Hey guys.
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel.
So today, our beef is with Taylor Swift.
His beef.
I guess it's my beef. Taylor Swift, as you may or may not know, decided to re-record all of her old songs once her catalog was bought by Scooter Braun. There's a whole big thing. She was like, oh, they took my work away from me and they're gonna be making money, these men, off of my music. And she might have a point. I don't want to go back into the specifics of the story. I think she did have a chance to get the master. You know what? Forget. I don't even want to speculate. But today, she's releasing her first re-recorded version of her songs. I guess her first album was called Fearless. So she's now releasing Fearless, Taylor's version. And she tweeted about it.
Right.
And it just annoyed me that the album is called Fearless, Taylor's version. And
Why? Why does that piss you off?
Well, because when you look at the track list, and there's about 27 songs on it, every single song has the word Taylor's version next to it. It starts off with Fearless, Taylor's version. 15, Taylor's version. Hey Steven, Taylor's version. And on and on and on, Taylor's version. But the album is called Fearless, Taylor's version. So obviously every song on there is going to be Taylor's version.
Maybe it's like a catch-22. Maybe it's just like to kind of like make a point that's her version.
No. It's ego. It's like, okay, obviously Taylor, these songs are your version. What do you think? You put out the album and you call it Fearless Taylor's version, but then you put the old versions on there?
What is the difference you think is going to be?
She re-recorded them now. When she first recorded these songs, she was like 15 or something. And now she's re-recorded them as a 30-year-old, maybe 30-plus-year-old adult.
30 plus, yeah.
But basically she just redid them because she said, I'm not going to let these people who bought my old catalog make money off of me. I'm going to re-record them and resell them to my fans so I can make that money.
But wasn't she making the money off that anyways?
Well, she makes royalties, but she was just pissed that they spent $300 million to buy all of her old songs. And I get it. It's her art, and she wants to own it. And she wants to make the most money off of it. I don't have any problem with that.
I love when Lisa Rinna say, own it, girl.
Exactly. She wants to own it, girl. But it's just, she decided to re-record it. I don't have any problem with her re-recording it and making that $300 million sale basically worthless for the people who bought it.
$300 million.
Yeah. I don't have any problem with her putting out new versions.
It's a lot of money.
It just annoys me. Like, we know the songs are Taylor's version. Why do you have to write Taylor's version after every single song?
Maybe she's just doing that to annoy them. Maybe she's just doing that to annoy people.
Annoy me.
Well, she's doing that to maybe make a point to be like Taylor's version, to prove it that's her version. It's kind of like a type of thing, like say this is my brand, and then everything that you do, like say Evie's brand, like obviously it's Evie, but it's say Evie's brand because I'm trying to like make sure people know it's me. So I think it's almost like mocking, like it's maybe it's a marketing decision.
She doesn't have that kind of self-awareness.
I think it's a marketing decision.
No, well, maybe.
I think she's a marketing genius you don't even know.
No, I guess she is, but she doesn't have the kind of self-awareness to do it with like a sly kind of like, you know, as the British would say, I'm taking the piss here by putting Taylor's version. She's doing it. It's like when someone writes and directs and acts in a movie and they put their name in every single credit possible. Instead of just saying like written, directed, and starring Billy Crystal, it'll say written by Billy Crystal, directed by Billy Crystal. We just watched a movie that he did that the other night, so that's why it's on my mind, Billy Crystal. It's called America's Sweethearts.
This is a great Lambrusco that Dante got at Whole Foods that comes with a very cool like opening. What's the name of this?
La Vecchia, I think.
La Vecchia. So good, guys. I love it.
It's an interesting non sequitur. But
it's dry.
My point about Taylor Swift
it's amazing.
It's just like it's an ego thing. We know it's all Taylor's version. And the other thing that
maybe it's
annoyed
her
me,
ego talking. You don't like her ego.
I don't like her ego.
I think like
I like
Dante.
her. I like her music. I don't like her ego.
No. I think Dante is a huge fan of Taylor Swift. That's why it comes from a good place that he's saying this. It's not like he's like trying to shit on her. He absolutely loves her. He has her in every playlist.
Okay, hold on. I like the music, sure.
He
I don't have
loves
a
the
problem with
music of Taylor Swift. He thinks,
and a lot of guys do too. And there's like an old way of thinking where, if you're a guy, you can't say that you like Taylor
I
Swift
think
music.
millennial guys love Taylor Swift and it's normal.
Yeah.
And I think like more of the gen I don't know, whatever is before millennials, they kind of judge people for
Gen
liking her.
X.
It doesn't matter. Like I think like Dante loves Taylor Swift in a sense, like musically, and I think it comes from a good place. But the thing is about her, just so like a lot of artists, they have a big ego, and Dante can see right through the ego, and that kind of pisses him off and rub him the wrong way. Probably rub other people the wrong way. But it's all coming from a good place. It's like he understands that she's trying to like make a point that this is her version, but you don't have to be so obnoxious about it.
Now,
that's all he's trying to say.
Now, here's the other thing that I'm trying to say. She teased this album, she tried to promote it by putting out an animation of a vault opening. And out of the vault sprang all of these scrambled words that her fans were supposed to decode. And she's always doing these little...
Maybe she's QAnon.
Yeah, exactly. She's always doing these little riddles and like hiding things on the album covers and in the song titles and all that for her fans.
I had no idea about that.
And
Did you figure out that? Like, what is the code?
Can you pull up that phone again? No, I didn't waste 1 second trying to figure it out. She tweets that out and then she goes, you guys cracked the codes and guessed all from the vault titles. Wow. Clap, clap, clap. You're over
quick,
30 years old. Your fans maybe used to be little kids, but a lot of them... She's at least 30 years old.
I think she's older than that.
No, she's born in 1989. She made a whole big album about it. And so whatever
31.
1989 is, she's 32.
32.
Your fans are no longer
children.
Little
We're adults.
children. They're
We're all grown-ups.
Yeah, they're in their 20s.
We are.
Enough with the cutesy riddle from the vault. You guys cracked the code.
Maybe the parents do the QAnon and the children listen to Taylor Swift. They're trying to crack the code.
Just put the music out. Don't waste our time with these codes. It's kind of weird to even care about that. And I know...
Maybe she's not busy enough.
No, this has got to be her idea. Because she's always doing this whimsical stuff. Less whimsy, more straightforward, just put the music... You got to mature as an artist.
Can I say something? I think, like, the thing is, everybody should keep their own weirdness. I think Taylor has her own quirks. And this is one of them. Maybe it pisses you off because Dante's, like, he doesn't like the nerd culture that much.
That's right.
And I think, like, but for people that are quirky, I think it makes sense to kind of have her to be like that. I think it's part of who she is as a person. Maybe you don't like her in a personal level, but you like her music, and let her be quirky. Like, I think it's interesting to do that, honestly. I would not necessarily do that, but I think, like, she doesn't have kids yet.
It just feels
she just has a lot of free time. It's interesting.
It just feels like it's a big waste of time. Like, in the old days, pre-internet... This was all fun for the fans because this was a method of accessing the artist. Oh,
I think it's kind of cute.
I'm involved in Taylor Swift's treasure
Honestly,
hunt.
I disagree with Dante. I think it's kind of cute.
Nowadays,
I like it.
We all have way too much to do, and it just comes off forced and like a waste
Maybe
of
it's
time.
not for you. It's for some other fans to crack the code, not you.
It's just she's doing for
This
the
other
this
people.
idea is a product of a bygone era. Like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, this type of stuff would be fun. Now it's just like, honestly, Taylor,
adults
it's
do
just
that
yet
with
another thing that I'm scrolling by.
Maybe her publicist is like, everybody's doing QAnon, everybody's trying to find meaning into things. Is everybody reading too much into like internet, into posts, into blogs, into Reddit? Everybody's reading too much into everything. Maybe her publicist was like, you know what? This is kind of trendy. Let's just kind of release out there messages here and there, get the code, crack the code, and reveal the truth. And that's what she did. I think it's kind of like, because right now in the quarantine time, people are kind of like looking into meaningful things for everything. Like, it's just probably she's just trying to be trendy. It's kind of interesting, to be honest with you. Now that you told me, I had no idea. Sit down here with a cup of Lambrusco. You say you want to talk about Taylor Swift. I was like, okay, let's listen. Probably he's right. But you know what? I kind of disagree with you. I love you, but I think that's kind of cool that she has this quirky thing going on, and I like it. I approve it. Taylor.
It's just all seems like a big ways.
32.
You guys have cracked the code from the
feels
vault.
like one of those nights.
Like it'd be so difficult to crack that code. I mean, with the internet, there's probably an app that cracks the code. It just seems like a waste of time.
Let her waste the time with the fans. They like it. You're not the super fan. You're just a person that likes to listen to music. You're casual. You're casual for her. Some people like to go to the like details of everything. Sometimes the artist is like, what's up with the Tom Hanks posting pictures of gloves in his stories? Like, I don't get that. Is it he's like in location? Is it that he's losing gloves or he's finding gloves and takes pictures of it? I have no idea. But can I say something? Maybe artists, they kind of like to do those things, kind of like the Beatles. Like people like to like hide stories and meanings. And she's trying to be iconic. She's trying to be, you know, something that like in 50 years people are like, Taylor put those codes.
That's my point.
Back in the QAnon era, she did that.
But no one's gonna remember. That's my point. Like with the Beatles,
the
or someone
fans
did
are
it,
gonna remember.
That was your access because you didn't have their Instagram, you didn't have their Twitter, you couldn't just pull up an interview with them on YouTube. The way you saw them was by listening to the music, by maybe finding them in a magazine, and by looking at the album cover.
They would do interviews, they do weird interviews. John Lennon has a list of weird interviews,
okay, now, but like you can't find those, you couldn't find those until like 10 years ago when YouTube, when everything just got put up on YouTube.
People record it on tape and sell it on the streets. They used to do that. They will sell the little cassettes. My mom showed me like some documentary from like back in the day when she was a Beatles fan.
I'm sure.
She said that people will like record like a Beatles interview and they will be on the streets with like a bunch of like those little tapes they put it like in a radio thing, and they'll be like, hey, this is an interview from Joe Lennon in the bike.
To me, this type of fanciful stuff is just a product of a different time, and it doesn't fly today. It doesn't work as well today, and it's not charming like back then when it was like, ooh, there's a mystery. You know, they're always hiding something in their music. Oh, okay, you guys solved the riddle, blah, blah, blah. Here's the track list. And everything is Taylor's version. Just in case it wasn't clear, this is Fearless Taylor's version, and this song is also Taylor's version, and Taylor's version, and Taylor's version. Taylor's version.
I know, I think, like, we have to agree to disagree. Some people want to be iconic. That's her way of doing it. What do you guys think? Leave the comments down below if you guys have Taylor Swift songs. Let me know what's your favorite Taylor Swift song. What is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
I think everyone can agree that All Too Well is not only the best Taylor Swift song, but maybe one of the best songs of the last 25 years.
I love the song, I don't think so. I love the song 22, ooh, and I love that song that she does, that you be my prince and I be your princess, this is love story, baby, just say yes.
Taylor's version. All right, we got to wrap it up. Please
I love that song. Oh, Shake It Off. Shake It Off is a great song.
Yeah, of course.
Shake it off.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Because the hater's gonna hey.
And we'll see you on the next video.
Just kidding. Let us know what's your favorite Taylor Swift song. Let me know if you got bothered about this or if you like the little secret things.
All right.
In the comments down below. Like, subscribe, be part of this. Mwah!
Bye-bye.
Stay connected.